Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Build video with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! And in this Minecraft Let's Build video, we are going to be building a swamp house that does resemble one that you would find that naturally generates within a world, but we're going to be adding a few things to it. But before I go any farther, let's take a look at the materials that we're going to be using. So as you can tell, we're going to be using a variation of wood along with the basic starter pieces that you would have within a house, and then also for decorational pieces we have a flower pot with a dark oak sapling. However, if you want to swap this dark oak sapling for another sapling or even a flower of your own particular choice, then I highly suggest that you do so. But let's go ahead and crack on with this Minecraft Let's Build. So as you can tell, on the bar we have a single stone block, and this is for a very good reason, which I'm going to try to explain as I do it on camera. So we're going to begin to create the outline of this swamp house, and then we're going to fill it in. And what I mean by that is we're just going to go ahead and create the structure itself without filling in the walls. So let's just go ahead and do something like this, and then now we are going to fill in the walls. And from here, this is where it's going to get a little tricky, and if you have a resource pack that does have a variation of a particular block, like for example the stone block, as you can tell we have a somewhat vibrant shade of gray, whereas we also have a not so vibrant shade of gray. But in the event that you do not have a resource pack that has that nifty little feature to it, then that's perfectly okay. This is a matter of beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what I do here may look like a masterpiece to me, however it may not look like a masterpiece to someone else, which is again perfectly okay. So what I'm beginning to do is I'm beginning to replace the stone blocks in the corners with, actually I did not want to do that, I'm beginning to remove the stone blocks in the corners with dark oak logs. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shave this lower part of stone blocks and replace it with dark oak logs. However, I'm no longer just placing them down in a vertical manner. I am now placing them in a horizontal manner, and you're going to see why later on. So now that we went ahead and did something like this, it's time to punch in the walls. And actually, let me go ahead and grab some spruce stairs before I even go any farther. So right off the bat, I'm going to start with the walls, and then I'm going to start with these three. I'm going to start with these three walls. Darn it. And then I'm going to come back to this one, and you're going to see why in a moment. So right where we have the vibrant shade of gray is where I think I'm going to place my spruce planks. And I'm just going to go ahead and fly around so that I can go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it, because I like to get things done when the thought first comes to mind and I'm fully prepared to do so. And then where the not so vibrant shade of gray is at is, as you can tell, where I'm going to be placing down my dark oak planks. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place, I meant to place this like that, there we go. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my dark oak stair and replace this not so vibrant shade of gray stone block with it, but I'm going to place it upside down, and I'm going to take a spruce stair and place it where the vibrant shade of gray is at, and that way we have a nifty little window piece right here, and at least to me it looks fairly nice. And I meant to go ahead and place dark oak logs in a horizontal manner like that. Okay, there we go. So next up, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to fill in the floor with stone blocks, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my spruce slabs and then my dark oak slabs, and then like I said, where the not so vibrant shade of gray is at is where I'm going to lay down my dark oak slabs, is what we're going to do for the flooring as well. Now let's go ahead and take a step back, and what I'm going to do here is in between the horizontal dark oak logs, I'm just going to temporarily place down these stone blocks. So now we're going to have something like this, and since this was the first thing I landed on the bar, let's just go ahead and replace the not so vibrant shade of gray stone block with a dark oak slab. And that appears, oh, we had this one corner. Nope, not a dark oak log. We had this stone, and okay, turns out we're going to be placing a spruce slab here. So now where the vibrant shade of gray stone blocks is at is where we're now going to lay down our spruce slab. And then we're going to go ahead and begin to work on the roof. Now, what I'm gonna do here is maybe a little hard to follow, so I do highly suggest that you pay close attention. What we're going to do is we're gonna begin to lay down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5x2 a 5x2 layout of stone blocks. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my slabs and I'm going to begin to fill them in, so that way if we were to fly down through here, we have just enough space for us to walk through. However, as you can tell, we don't have that much headroom, so jumping is not really going to be much of a thing. But let's go ahead and continue to work on the roof. So now we're going to go ahead and do something like this, and then we're going to do the exact same thing that we did over here. And let's just go ahead and begin to swap out the blocks. And now, as you can tell, this house is starting to take it's starting to get a little shape, and it's also beginning to have the variation that I enjoy implementing into my build. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to begin to work on the wall on this side, and then let's go to the front of the house and begin to implement the final layer of the wall before it becomes a roof. I just made a really huge boo-boo. I apologize for this, alright? We're going to go ahead and do something like this. Again, if you're new to the channel or you're new to this series, if you're looking for a step-by-step Minecraft instructional video, this is not it. My Minecraft Let's Build videos tend to be I have an idea, but I don't have anything completely solid in my mind, so I'm just gonna go ahead and begin to record and see what comes of it. And yeah, so I apologize for making that boo-boo. I forgot that in my mind I had this being the case. So what I just did there was, where the whole blocks were at, I simply removed the dark oak and spruce planks and swapped them with a dark oak log going horizontal, so that way we have something like this. And now, just for that little touch of detail, I'm going to take wooden buttons and place them on the exposed side of the dark oak logs where the rings are at, and I'm going to do the same thing for these logs down here as well. Now, as I continue to fly around, I'm beginning to notice that we still have those stone blocks at the bottom, so let's go ahead and clear the bar. And now let's go ahead and grab a normal stone brick block, not a monster egg, and let's go ahead and grab a cobblestone wall, and this is going to be the support. This is going to be the support for our swamp house. Now, in the event that you're going to build this house on flat land, you do not have to do this, but if you are going to nestle down in a swamp and you're going to build it above the water, then you're probably going to want to do that. Although, actually no, those are whole blocks down there, so you're not going to have that weird water glitch going on where like you should see open air pockets in between the cobblestone wall and the water itself. So now that we went ahead and did that, let's begin to punch out the windows. And before I go any farther, let's go ahead and grab our trapdoors, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a stone block. So what I'm going to do here is, on the two sides that are opposite of the front and back, the left and the right side of the house, I'm going to go ahead and place a stone block on the upper middle section of that wall, and then I can place a trapdoor, and I'm going to punch out the stone block that we just placed. It's just there for temporary purposes. So now, I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's just go ahead and do something like that. Okay, so the reason why I'm going to do this is because when it's a beautiful day, and I did not mean to do that either. Okay. When it's a beautiful day and the wind is blowing but not too rough, we can go ahead and prop open these trapdoors and let the wind come into the room. And since we're in here, why don't we go ahead and begin furnishing the place. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a bed. I'm going to grab a crafting chest table. I'm going to grab a furnace. I'm going to grab a torch. Not a trotch, a torch. And then I'm going to grab an armor stand. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a chest and an anvil. So, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to let the anvil sit out. Ow, that was loud in my ears. I'm sorry if that was loud for you as well. The anvil is going to go on the front porch or the front deck of this house. We're going to place our furnace just across from the bed because if it does get cold at night, we want to make sure that we have the warmth get to us as quickly and soon as possible so that way we're not freezing throughout the night. And then we're going to place our armor stand right there. And then on this block right above the furnace is where we're going to place our torch. And then, actually, no. I'm so sorry. I think I'm going to go ahead and place the crafting chest table in the floor right there. And I'm going to go ahead and place a chest above it. So now, what I think I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to fly down here. And, yeah, so do I have everything furnished so I can go ahead and begin to clear out the bar? Yes, I do. Okay, so I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to replace those slabs with actual planks. That way, if anyone were to come by with a boat, actually, you know what? No. Let's go ahead and grab stairs because I think this would look a little more interesting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to replace these slabs and place them down so that they create a border around this crafting chest table. And then I'm going to take a dark oak slab and just place it beneath this here. Now that may look a little ugly or that may look a little odd, but I think that's going to look okay for what it is. And that's just going to be covering up the bottom part of the crafting chest table that is in the floor. So now, like what we did for pretty much this whole build, we're going to take our stone blocks, place them against the exposed vertical dark oak logs, and what we're going to do with this is going to help determine exactly where we're going to place these fences. So once again, where the vibrant shade of gray is at is where I'm going to place my spruce, and where the not so vibrant shade of gray is at is where I'm going to be placing my dark oak pieces. Yes, and then I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up right here, and bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, boom, and boom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish decorating the exterior by taking cobblestone slabs, place them down like this, and we're only going to place them where we have the trapdoor windows at, and that is because this is where we're going to be placing our flower pots. And then we're going to go ahead and take a dark oak sapling, and like I said at the beginning of this video, in the event that you do not want to use a dark oak sapling but you want to use a different sapling or even a flower or some other decorational piece that you can place within a flower pot, then I highly encourage you to do so. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and place some blocks in this 3x1 space so then it doesn't look too bald is what I'm going to say. However, I do not think that is the actual correct term to use. So let's just go ahead, and with the help of a little variation from our stone blocks, we're going to go ahead and do something like this. Now, I think this is pretty much going to do it because I don't want to expand this any farther and I do not want to overdo it, but for the most part, I think that's really it. Now, in the event that you do build this within a swamp or in a body of water and you would like to have an easy way to get up, whereas if you hop out of your boat but you stand in or on it, I'm not entirely sure which one you can do here in Minecraft, but if you do park your boat right next to this place, then I think you will be able to just quickly jump up onto the ladders that you have here. But in the event that you can't, then I'm going to leave it up to you to figure out a nifty little way that you can get into this. Because after all, this house is ideally supposed to be within a swamp and also out of harm's way from the hostile creatures of the night and any neutral mob that may end up becoming angry at you. But that's going to do it for this Minecraft Let's Build video. Let's just go ahead and enter theater mode, and then let's go ahead and take another look at the place once more. Go ahead and take a peek on the inside to see how simply furnished it is. And yeah, also with Minecraft 1.11 now being out, in the event that you happen to have shulker boxes and you would like to have some more storage within this structure, then let's just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and grab this green and cyan shulker box. Then you can go ahead and just place them up against the wall like this, so that way you have more storage. But like I said, that's gonna do it for this Minecraft Let's Build video. I highly encourage you to check out my Minecraft Let's Play series over in the lovely World of Raccoons, and also on the wonderful Decidedly Vanilla SMP, because as you can tell, we have quite a hefty amount of builds within this Minecraft Let's Build world, and most of these builds are already in the single player world, World of Raccoons, and on the wonderful Decidedly Vanilla SMP. And in the event that you're interested in Minecraft Let's Plays, then like I said, I highly encourage you to check them out. But if you like what you see, then please give that like button a hug and subscribe for the latest buzz. And if you had a blast with a good laugh, then make sure you favorite this video and share it with a friend or two. But until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon. Peace out.